Inside the refinery, truckloads are tipped automatically, feeding thousands of tons per hour into the continuous processing line. Chemical clarification begins as lime and heat are added, causing impurities to separate and preparing the juice for large-scale filtration.
Exact quantities of proprietary flavor concentrate and caramel color are metered automatically, transforming the base into Coca-Cola's signature formula. High-speed cappers seal each bottle instantly, locking in freshness and pressure for distribution. Every bottle begins here. Vast fields of sugarcane, nature's raw source of the
Months of sunlight, water, and soil nutrient concentrate inside each stalk, storing sucrose in dense fibers, the essential raw material.
These vast plantations operate on a scale measured in thousands of hectares, supplying the enormous sugar demand of global beverage production. Inside each cane stalk, concentrated juice holds the sucrose that will later be refined into the massive volumes of sugar required for every batch. This is the starting point. Raw, unprocessed plant life grown at colossal scale. The natural harvest begins with industrial cutters capable of processing entire fields in hours, feeding thousands of tons of raw cane into the supply chain each day. Within minutes, the cut cane is transferred into bulk carriers, measured not in kilograms, but in tons per load. Convoys move continuously, hauling thousands of tons toward nearby processing facilities, where raw plants will soon become refined industrial sugar. High-capacity logistics networks keep the supply uninterrupted, transporting raw cane around the clock to meet the colossal demands of beverage manufacturing.
The raw harvest reaches its destination, an industrial refinery built to process millions of tons each year.
Inside the refinery, truckloads are tipped automatically, feeding thousands of tons per hour into the continuous processing line. Before extraction, the cane is aggressively washed in rotating drums, stripping away soil and contaminants to prepare clean feedstock for processing. High-torque shredders break the cane into fine fibers, maximizing surface area to extract every drop of valuable juice. Under extreme pressure, the fibers are crushed between massive rollers, squeezing out raw sugarcane juice in continuous high-volume flow. The extracted juice is immediately collected and pumped through industrial pipelines, moving thousands of liters every minute toward purification. Chemical clarification begins as lime and heat are added, causing impurities to separate and preparing the juice for large-scale filtration. Rotary vacuum filters remove the remaining solids, separating mud and impurities to leave a cleaner, sugar-rich liquid ready for concentration.
Through staged evaporation, water is driven off using steam heat, concentrating the juice into a dense syrup rich in dissolved sugar.
Under controlled heat and vacuum, the concentrated syrup begins to crystallize, forming raw sugar crystals at enormous industrial volumes. High-speed centrifuges separate the crystals from the remaining syrup, isolating raw sugar through sheer rotational force. The wet crystals are dried in continuous rotary dryers, removing residual moisture to produce stable, food-grade industrial sugar. Automated screens classify the crystals by size, ensuring uniform grain consistency required for precise beverage formulation. Final purification systems remove microscopic contaminants, delivering ultra-clean, beverage-grade sugar ready for liquid formulation. The refined sugar is dissolved with heated water, forming concentrated syrup, the liquid base required for large-scale beverage manufacturing. The syrup is pressure filtered through fine membranes, removing the remaining particles to achieve a perfectly clear, beverage-grade solution. The filtered syrup is pasteurized at high temperature, sterilizing the solution to ensure long-term stability and food safety. Activated carbon filtration removes color and trace compounds, refining the syrup to a pure, neutral base ready for precise flavor formulation. Alongside the syrup, purified water is produced through multi-stage filtration and de-ionization. Measured streams of purified water and concentrated syrup are blended in controlled ratios, forming the standardized sweet base for Coca-Cola production.
Exact quantities of proprietary flavor concentrate and caramel color are metered automatically, transforming the base into Coca-Cola's signature formula.
High-pressure homogenizers force the mixture through precision valves, ensuring every ingredient is uniformly dispersed for consistent taste at scale.
The finished base is rapidly cooled and stabilized, preparing it for carbonation and high-speed bottling without flavor loss.
Food-grade carbon dioxide is stored, purified, and pressurized, supplying the carbonation that gives Coca-Cola its signature fizz. Under controlled pressure, carbon dioxide is infused into the chilled liquid, dissolving rapidly to create the carbonation that defines the drink.
The carbonated beverage is temporarily stored in pressurized tanks, maintaining temperature and fizz while feeding
The beverage is stabilized in equalization tanks to maintain perfectly consistent flavor and carbonation.
Inline analyzers constantly measure sugar levels, correcting the formula in real time.
Controlled pressure stabilizes the dissolved carbon dioxide, preserving the drink's signature fizz.
Rapid chilling locks in carbonation and prepares the beverage for precise filling conditions.
Ultraviolet treatment provides an additional safeguard, eliminating any remaining microorganisms.
Automated manifolds balance pressure and flow, ensuring uninterrupted supply to every line.
Buffer storage holds millions of liters, creating a steady reserve for non-stop production. Exact microdosing maintains the proprietary flavor profile with laboratory-level accuracy.
Final filtration removes microscopic particles, delivering absolute clarity and consistency.
With processing complete, the beverage moves through sanitary pipelines toward the high-speed packaging lines.
Bottle production begins with PET resin, molded into preforms at thousands of units per minute. Controlled heating softens each preform, preparing it for precise expansion into full-sized bottles. High-pressure air expands every preform, forming finished bottles in a continuous high-speed cycle.
Optical inspection systems remove any defective containers, ensuring only perfect bottles continue. Each bottle is rinsed and sterilized to create a contamination-free interior before filling.
Caps are molded and supplied in bulk, matching the speed of the filling lines.
Buffer spirals hold thousands of bottles, stabilizing flow for non-stop high-speed filling.
Sanitary pipelines deliver the finished beverage directly to each filling system under controlled pressure.
Rotary fillers dispense exact volumes into every bottle without losing carbonation. High-speed cappers seal each bottle instantly, locking in freshness and pressure for distribution.
Every sealed bottle is pressure tested to detect leaks, ensuring carbonation remains perfectly contained.
Vision systems verify fill height, clarity, and cap position with millisecond precision.
High-speed applicators attach branded labels instantly, transforming plain bottles into finished retail products. Each unit receives traceable codes for quality control and global distribution tracking.
Accumulation systems buffer the flow, keeping packaging lines continuously supplied.
Automated guides organize bottles into exact pack counts for efficient wrapping.
Shrink tunnels seal the grouped bottles into compact multi-packs, ready for handling. Cartoning machines protect the product, preparing it for large-scale shipping.
Robotic palletizers stack thousands of bottles into stable loads for bulk transport.
Finished pallets enter automated storage, awaiting dispatch to supply markets around the world. Before dispatch, every pallet is automatically weighed and digitally verified, confirming inventory accuracy at industrial scale. Automated cranes place each pallet into high-density storage, maximizing space while maintaining instant digital traceability. Smart routing systems automatically sort pallets by destination, preparing shipments for precise regional distribution.
Autonomous forklifts handle heavy loads continuously, moving finished products without human intervention. Each pallet is reinforced with industrial wrap, stabilizing the load for long-distance transportation. Advanced scanners capture every code and shipment detail, digitally registering each pallet before it leaves the facility.
Temperature control systems stabilize the product, preserving carbonation and taste while shipments await dispatch. Robotic systems assemble pallets into exact orders, matching each shipment to specific retailers and regional demand. Motorized docks transfer full pallets directly into transport trucks, enabling rapid, continuous loading at industrial speed. With shipments verified and loaded, the finished product leaves the plant, beginning its journey to markets across the nation.